Doing?
We're getting the FMA ready to deliver to a patient.
Can you do like a little bend test on it? Is it gonna move? Is it how strong is it? Yes. Go on the side. Focus on it. Hold on. There you go. Nice. So on one side, can you kind of just like use your on both hands on one side? Sorry.
So this is meant to expand,
Okay.
right? So that as you expand, this actually you can
Expands with it.
expand with it.
Wow. So
Right.
it's pretty strong. What is
Very
it made
sturdy.
out of?
It's made out of some high-grade metal, steel.
I'm just gonna get super up close on it. So you can see that. Cool.
Whoops. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Just it's opening the box. Social media today. Although your brain's always like 10 steps ahead. I've learned that already.
In this stuff, his stuff is he's clinically 10 steps ahead of everybody else.
So let's just go over the anatomy of the FMA wire. So this
Anatomy
is
of
the
the wire.
protraction wire, right? And basically what we have, of course, on any protraction capable FME, right? We have holes in the back.
Wait 1 second.
The holes in the back are the insertion points for the FMA wire, which has little, basically, inserts that hook onto the back of that. Of course, the positive sort of pressure or tension keeps it connected to the expander, right? So let's kind of put this in the model. That inserts in there, and then that is the basis for this then pulling out, right? So you put a lot of force, forward pulling force on this. Of course, not pictured here is the actual FMA body gear that contains the little insert to hook onto this. That is the force applicator, or the rubber bands, right? Typically we do, with the face mask, we do rubber bands to an external anchor. With this, we're doing almost like a tape measure-like device that has some tension that literally locks into here, right? Because we're applying lots of force, and also a measured amount of force, right? When we're putting rubber bands going to a kind of non-specific anchor point, it's hard to measure exactly how much force you're applying. Whereas when you use force applicators, you can actually measure 2 kilograms, 3 kilograms, 7 kilograms, whatever you want to do. So having a measured force applicator, and then this whole wire apparatus, of course, there's a expansion hex in there. So as you're expanding the expander, you can also expand the wire, right? As you expand the wire, you can keep up with your expansion with the FMA wire, right? And basically you can, all of this is, you know, when we take the CBCT and we're trying to determine the vector of ideal pull, that's what dictates the up and down part of where the force applicator goes.
Who adjusts that?
Well, that's basically Facegenics, kind of the same way that we plan the expansion together, that they'll do some analysis, they'll virtually place the expander. Of course, we have to approve it and modify it. Same thing with this, right? Basically, there's a virtual diagram of this piece, right? 3D printed metal with this expander screw. It's situated on a diagram of the skull, and we see if that is the appropriate vector.
So everything's customized. Everything
Exactly.
for the patient, the vector for the pull, and then how much we actually want to apply, what force we want to apply to pull.
Mm-hmm. So now we can try to situate this in the actual mouth, right? And of course, we want this to be clear of the upper teeth, so that when we put it in, it's basically not binding with any teeth or anything. So let's see what we've got. But just roughly speaking, right, I think we can see that this is probably going to clear the teeth, right? As long as we can just get it to hook in, right? So and of course, sometimes doing this, the individual themselves might actually be better than a third-party person doing it. Oh, there we go. Can you pull out the mirror to check to see if we are? Yep. So we are in our insertion hooks.
See that?
And I'm of course applying some manual pressure now. Forward. This is what forward pulling will kind of feel like. Okay. Now let's set him up. Then we can have him just kind of hold it. Okay. If it's in place, right? You can almost actually, and let that go real quick. Let me just see if we are right. So you see how it kind of stays, right? Of course, with some positive pressure, it'll stay really well because it really inserts into the back, but it's meant to be that you could take your hands off of it, and that's how you know it's in the back holes, right? When you let go, it's got to be held up by something. Of course, there's a little play here, right? And the soft tissue of the face, right? Of course, if we were pulling too high, it's going to hit his nose here, right? This is about the vector of the pull, right? So if we're now pulling your maxilla, that's kind of what it feels like, okay? You can give that a few tugs if you want, just to kind of get a feel for that, right? So,
That's tricky, but I think I can get it with practice, and it helps me to see where it is, right? So I can figure out.
See those holes in the back? The holes in the back. That's where they're going.
and he'll probably have better luck standing up in that mirror doing it, you know? Kind of having the leverage of his feet to try to
It's easier with the mirror?
It's easier with that. You almost want to kind of be able to move your head to try to kind of help it go in. You know, and it's also more practical. Like that's what you're going to be doing every day. You know what I mean? You're not going to be sitting in a
Laying
dental
down.
chair putting this thing in. So, yeah.
I'm gonna go beyond the ledge.
So it seems
So a
like
little bit right here. Move your hand and it'll go right in.
so the technique might be get this one however you can, since
And
it's a
then-
little easier, and then twist
Yeah.
to get this one. And yeah, there's a little play on this side, but there's not play on. Oh, actually, there is. There's play on both sides vertically, so that helps a little in fitting it in, I think.